What is up, everybody? It is me, your boy TPT, coming at you not live and not from Twitch TV. Today, we are going to be doing episode 3 of our Gregtech New Horizons series. Yes, that is right. I hope you guys have been enjoying this series so far. We are currently 2 episodes in. In our last episode, we finally got Steam power, which is pretty awesome. As you can see, we've got a couple basic steam machines here. You saw the steam alloy smelter and the small coal boiler, but we have since added the steam compressor and the steam extractor into this little repertoire of machines here. So today is the day. We are going to be working on getting the bricked blast furnace. So if you don't know, the bricked blast furnace is the first major multi-block in Gregtech New Horizons, and it is the first most time-consuming one as well too. The first one, at least, because of just the sheer amount of materials that we need in order to be able to build this. Because we need to make the brick blast furnace, we need fire bricks. To make fire bricks, we need gypsum, we need concrete, and we need fire bricks. To make the fire bricks, we need compressed fire clay. To make the compressed fire clay, we need clay dust and brick dust, which I'll get back to in a second. But we also need the concrete. When to make the concrete, we need both calcite, quartz sand, clay dust, and stone dust as well too, in order to make that concrete. So we're definitely going to be needing to do a little bit more spelunking, because we do need to find some of this stuff, essentially. As you can see here, it's going to be quite a lot of work. So I'm going to jump right into it. We're going to be slightly cheating, and we're going to be heading back on over to the roguelite dungeon, because the roguelite dungeon has a bunch of bricks that we can macerate down into brick dust, so that it'll save us having to gather the the 1,000 odd clay that we would normally need to be able to do it, which is wonderful. Because 1,008 clay. I ain't about that life. I'd like to do things efficiently, and so I'm gonna go grab a crap load of these bricks, because if you think that we can get away with just making one of those brick blast furnace, you are in for another thing entirely. Because if you look over here, there's even quests to make more of them. In fact, it goes all the way up to 4 times steel right here. So we have a pretty long road ahead of us. We actually do already have a little bit of steel from our exploration shenanigans, specifically Temper's exploration shenanigans. We do have a little bit. I believe it's in here somewhere. Yeah, we've got 37 ingots, but that is not even close. Not anywhere near close enough to how many ingots we need. So we're just going to jump right into it. So let's get going. Okay, and now that we've mined about, 4 and a bit stack of bricks, now I need to go drop this back at the base, and then we need to grab ourselves a whole bunch of delicious clay. So off we go. And we are back. We grabbed ourselves just a couple stacks of clay, and by a couple I mean 14 and a bit stacks of clay, because there's no kill like overkill. Anyway, now that we've got that out of the way, we need to grab ourselves next. We need gypsum dust and we need calcite dust. So this means that we're going to need to go spelunking a bit more, because for calcite we need ourselves a lazurite, a lapis vein, which has lazurite, sodalite, lapis, and calcite. Obviously, it has lapis in it, but we need it for the calcite, and we also will need gypsum as well too, which we can find in mineral sand veins, which are also relatively common. These ones there, Balsitic and Granite, I believe, are mostly iron off the top of my head, but we need to go and do some spelunking, so that's going to be fun, and hopefully it's not going to take us forever. So let's get to it. Well, let's just say that took a little bit longer than I expected. However, the great news is we have found both the gypsum and the lapis veins, so we do have our calcite, which took, well, you can just kind of see how long we spent on this one. This isn't even all of them. This is most of the ones I did, plus some of Tempest. Tempest also did some other ones as well too. However, on another note, look at this right here. We have got our tool forge, and now we can build our hammer. Boom! We've secured ourselves an iron hammer, which is awesome because this makes mining so much easier. And this right here is what you can do when you have a good hammer. Look at this beauty right here. Give yourself a hammer or two and the world is your oyster. And this right here is the outcome of our results. Obviously there is a bit of extra stuff in here, but you can see all of the sodalite and the lazurite that we have picked up right here. And this is definitely, I would say, one of the advantages of the ore vein system, essentially. Obviously, you know, it does mean that you have to be very specific in what you're mining. Like, you know, if you go to a gold vein, it's not like you can mine tin or something. But, you know, there is very, very large amounts of these resources in these veins. You know, like there's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 stacks of lapis. So then, what's that? 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 stacks of sodalite, and another, you know, 12 something stacks of lazurite as well too. Like, these are very, very large veins, and realistically, that is probably for the best when it comes to Gregtech, because if there's one thing that Gregtech does need, it is, as I said earlier, overkill. And yeah, so this, oh, and look at that right there. Look at all of that beautiful calcite right there. So I'm going to start processing some of this so that we can look at making our bricked blasting furnace. Okay, and with this last bowl, we will finally have enough brick dust to create all of the fire bricks that we need. Because as you can see right here, we should have 100 and something or other. I don't know. It's like, well, it's like, yeah, there's a few. Because we need 36, which means we need 216 bricks, and then because it's 1 clay and 1 brick dust. Sorry, 1 clay dust and 1 brick dust per 2 bricks. That means you can divide it by 2, which gives us 108, which is this much. Well, we've actually got 4 extra clay dust, but either way, point stands. Because if we do this, and we do this, that right there is 200 and well, it's 180, 200 plus 4444 is 216. Now we've got to go compress all of it. So that's going to be fun because this is going to take 4 seconds each, I think, right? Oh wait, no, that's not. We need the compressor, not the extractor. So going to be a few more minutes as well too. So I'll be right back. Okay, and as you can see here, we now have all of the materials required to be able to make our bricked blasting furnace. So let's just jump into it here. So for the concrete, just making sure that I pop this on the right spot. Empty bucket at the top, water bucket in the middle. That's right. So grab this, and then probably just going to speed this up a bit. And there we go. There's the last of the 36 fire bricks. Now you may be asking, was there a more efficient way that I could have done that? Absolutely, I could have used the forestry work table. However, I wanted to try and do a bit of a time lapse, just a short one to start off with, and see if I like it in my YouTube videos. So I had to make an excuse for it. And that right there is my excuse. Anyway, last off, we just need to make the bricked blast furnace itself, and boom, there we go. Time to get some steel. Now, obviously, if you aren't aware, the bricked blasting furnace does take about 5 minutes, I believe it is, per one steel ingot that it produces. So it is definitely not the fastest, but you know, we take what we can get. But yeah, so that is a very, very big step in the right direction. So if you want to know how you set it up, what you do is it's a 3 by 3, and then you pop it up like this. So this goes right here, and 2 more, and then 1 more layer as well too. And boom, that is it right there. So if we, let me just grab a little bit of iron real quick just to show you. So if we grab some iron here and throw it in with some charcoal, boom, there we go. It'll start producing steel. And this is a very, very, very slow process. Yeah, as you can see. Oh, sorry, it's 6 minutes, not 5 minutes. My apologies. It's even longer than I thought. But yeah, you can do it more efficiently, obviously. See, we are currently using charcoal. However, you can obviously also use coal coke, which does do it a bit faster. However, to get coal coke, you need to have coal, and obviously we've only currently got one of the coke ovens, so definitely going to need to make more of those. However, that obviously has oops, wrong tab, giving us this one right here. We do get a little bit of coal coke there as a reward, so that's very lovely. And again, as I mentioned, if it's not obvious by the fact that we're gonna have to do these as well too, we're definitely going to be building more of these brick blasting furnaces, because you need an absolute crap load of them. So now I reckon it is time to head to the Nether. My colleague Temper has already been there, because whilst I was preparing the bricked blasting furnace, he used a little bit of the steel that we found from the chests from doing loot games and exploring, and has unlocked the Nether. So that means that it is time to try and find a sulfur vein. Now, they are reasonably common, I would say. However, we're going to need a crap load of it, because if you don't know, we need sulfur in order to make rubber. And we're going to need a lot of rubber, okay? you could describe us as a horny college student by the amount of rubber that we are going to be going through. So, time to start the grind. Like I said though, I am trying a few different editing techniques in this video. Please let me know what you do actually like, what you think works well, because obviously based on that feedback as well as what I personally enjoy doing, I will obviously change how I'm going to edit my videos going forward, because I would like to put some time into them, bit of elbow grease if you would. And I do want them to be high quality. So I'm trying a bunch of different editing styles in this one. And like I said, please tell me which ones you like the most. So, and man, this is taking a while. My game is currently crashed, so I'll be back. Okay, now that was a significantly more deadly process than I would like to admit. But we have now got the sulfur pyrite and sphalerite ore that we need. So the next step is to start making some rubber bars. Now, one particularly useful thing here, which I would always recommend to people, is so with your raw rubber dust, there's actually a much easier way to get it than rubber trees, and a much more efficient way as well too. And that is through the good old congealed green slime. So you can pop it in an extractor for 4 slime balls, which you can then pop through the, the extractor or 2 raw rubber dust here. So essentially each block of slime is equal to 8. However, something that we will definitely want to do in the near future is pop it through a centrifuge, an LV centrifuge. Obviously we don't have that just yet, but it gives you refined glue, which is quite useful for a wide variety of things, including resistors, pipes, and other things as well too. These input hashes will be very important later on as well. And this glue will also be useful. Anyway though, so what we need to do next is we need to get ourselves a bunch of raw rubber. Now I believe we should have some slime saplings around here somewhere. I'm pretty sure we do. I could have... Wait, no, it's not called... what are they called? It's not a slime sapling, it's something else. Slimy sapling, that's it. It's a slimy sapling. There they are. So yes, we do have 2 slimy saplings, so we'll definitely be able to harvest a whole bunch of slime with them and look at converting that all into raw rubber. And I return victorious with 58 congealed green slime. So now all we've got to do is run all of this through the extractor, which, given that it takes 30 seconds per block, is going to take me about 30 minutes. So this might take a while. Hey guys, so unfortunately a bunch of the footage seems to have gotten corrupted over the past day or so. So I did miss out on quite a lot because of it, unfortunately, and I do really apologize for that. There is quite a few changes which have happened in them, which I'm a little annoyed about, but you know, it does happen. First of all, we do have the healing axe now, which is wonderful. You know, never having to make food again. Awesome. I mean, to be fair, I probably will make more food again just to get my maximum HP up, but you know, the axe by itself is very, very useful. We do also have a steam grinder as well as a steam oven, and more importantly, we do have our first basic steam turbine, which is wonderful. Then if you do want to go up here, you'll see that we've got a little water tank up here. We've moved it upstairs, and we've got our solar boilers over there as well to make room for the steam grinder. Yeah, so that is what we have been doing. I am very sorry. I do really apologize for losing the footage. Obviously, there's not really much I can do about it, given that, you know, it's gone, and I'm not restarting just to get, you know, a few hours of footage back. But instead, we're just going to continue and say, fuck it, we ball. So, as we have now reached LV, we are once again running low on resources, and we are going to have to make the EBF, the Electric Blast Furnace, which, if you don't know, is a very, very, very important multi-block. In fact, it is one of the most important multi-blocks, I would say, in the game. Because the Electric Blasting Furnace is going to be a pinnacle in our, you know, in our continued teching up, or our, you know, whatever you want to call it, our continued grind towards Gregtech endgame and the tier 5 rocket, which, to be fair, okay, the tier 5 rocket is not endgame, but you know what I mean. Anyway, so what we need to do is we now need to go and grab a crap load of resources. So I'm sure you can read the chat right there, but we do definitely need to go and grab more tin and more gold. We also need to grab mica for the EBF, for the coils, and thankfully we do have a mica chunk right here, which is, if you don't know, it's really awesome, because mica is one of the rarest ore vein chunks, whatever you want to call it, in the game. So it is very awesome that I did manage to find one of those yesterday, because I did a bunch more prospecting, as you can see, whilst I was waiting for the rubber to finish cooking. Yeah, so with these, it's the copper nickel, no, sorry, not the copper nickel, I think it's the copper nickel block. Is it the coil or is it the block? I think it might be the block, sorry. Yeah, it's the block, yeah. See, we need this mica insulator foil. You can technically use this aluminosilicate wool, as you see there, but yeah, see, getting the mica for the heating coils might be a little tricky, but you can use a substitute for the first tier of coils. So that silicate is only for the first tier, the copper nickel, so it doesn't work for any of the other tiers. So if we go here, we can see all of the tiers. They have redone this slightly for 2.5.2 and that. It does look a lot like more clean, because it used to be a bit more, you know, unpredictable. But yeah, so it's a much more clear progression. As you can see, you do have these side grades here. But yeah, so if you want to get to Canthol and that, you can only use mica insulator foil, so you need mica. So essentially, we need to go and mine a crap load of mica. That's pretty much the entire explanation for it. Is we need to go mine a bunch of mica now. So that is what I am going to do. Okay, and that should be enough of that for a while. We've grabbed ourselves 4 stacks of mica. Only a stack and a half, about 2 stacks of cassiterite. We'll definitely have to grab some more of that. However, next up on the list is gold. So let's go grab that. And this right here is the fruits of our labor. We've got 28 gold ore, like I said, about 2 stacks of cassiterite, 3.5 stacks of magnetite, 4 and a bit stacks of mica, or mica, however you want to say it. I say mica personally, but it's up to you, obviously. Half a stack of vanadium magnetite, 6 stacks of kyanite, and about a stack and a half of pollucite. Now, obviously, not really a huge amount of gold, but we don't need too much just yet in LV. It will become much more important in HV, however that is still quite some time away, and I do have something in store. You know, I've got something planned ahead of time, which I have done before in our last run, which will absolutely you know, remove our need to desperately mine for gold in order to get more, because there is a very easy way to get it once you have a bit of power and infrastructure running. Anyway, so obviously because we lost all that footage, you didn't quite get to see me crafting the first of the LV machines. So instead, I'm going to show you how we craft MV machines. I'm sorry, I'm going to show you how we craft the bending machine, not MV machine, the bending machine. Just to give you an idea just as to how complicated this stuff gets. So first of all, we will be needing 4 electric motors, or 2 pistons and 2 motors, should I say, as well as a wrench, LV, and all of that good stuff. So for the piston, like, you know, it needs a motor, 2 steel rods, 3 steel plates, small steel gear, tin cable, all of that jazz. So I'll just start off with the motor. So first of all, in order to make the motor, as you can see here, I do have some resources planned, although it looks like I'm actually going to need to grab more copper to put in there. But anyway, start the motor. So what do we need? We have the tin cable to start off with, which is great. We have a little bit of the copper, however we do need more. Don't use annealed copper, it's waste. If you look, you can use copper wire or annealed, and annealed is literally just more expensive than normal copper wire, so there's no point wasting it. So it looks like we're actually going to need another wire cutter first, unless, do I have one in here? No, I don't. That's fine. So let's just do this. Okay, so we need our plates first of all. Where's our iron plate? Yeah, we need an iron. Do we have iron screws? Probably not. No iron rods either. Okay, we'll have to do those first. So first of all, let's grab out our file. 4 rods. Pop 2 in there. Actually, no, I'll make another 2 rods. So anyway, pop these 2 in here, and then grab out where is it? We want our saw. Do we have a saw at the moment? Yes, we do. Okay, so saw, and then go back to the file, grab the iron screw, and then we should have everything we need. Yeah, so 2 plates, 2 plates, 2 plates, 2 screws, 2 of those, file, hammer, and screwdriver, because we're going to make 2 of them, because it's a waste of time only making 1. You really got to make stuff in batches. That's my personal bit of advice. You really got to make stuff in batches. Here. Is it next to it? What's the bloody recipe for it again? I'm used to using a wire mill, which makes this stuff a lot faster. It's been quite a while since I've made these wires by hand. I'm gonna keep 100. Okay, it's on the left hand side like that. There we go. Okay, so we need 1, 2, 3, 4. So then we need to multiply that by 4. So we need 16. All right. So that is, oops, we made 17 by mistake. That's fine. So next off, we'll probably need, yeah, our magnetic iron rod. That's okay. We'll need to make 4 of those. We need iron ingots. Here we go. And then in order to do that, so it's just 4 iron and then 16 redstone. So there we go. There's that. Okay, now how many can we make? We can make 3. I'm assuming, what are we missing? What are we missing? Oh, we need more iron rods. That's fine. I can do that easily enough. Pop the farm back out. There we go. Okay, and then there is our fourth motor. So then we need to make the steel stuff. So we need, what's that, 6 steel plates. So we'll need to grab some of our very precious steel and throw that in the forge hammer. Where is it? There it is. 1, 2, 4, 6. This is the advantage of using the high pressure stuff. Much faster. It's a blessing compared to the crappy normal stuff. And it only gets better from here. So then we need our small gears, which we'll need more plates for. Never mind. Hold on. Need another couple of plates. Just, you know what, just throw the rest in. Because we may not need it right now, but we're definitely going to need it shortly. And yeah, you may be noticing that this process takes quite a while, and that is not a coincidence. Everything takes a while when you're playing Gregtech. That is just how it rolls. Okay, and this is why you usually make stuff in batch. I am not making a batch because I am trying to make a point. Let's just make 16 to start off with. We'll probably need more though. Okay, now we need 4 of these, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then 1, 2. There we go. We got our 2 pistons. Now what do we need? LV machine casing. That's nice and easy. That is more steel plates. And look at that. We got our quest as well too. So that is wonderful. Pistons would be handy, although I don't think we need them right now. Fluid extractor. They're used for something in LV. I can't remember what it is. There's a few machines that use pistons. Anyway, let's just throw another few in here though. And then we get to make circuits, which, if you haven't guessed, is even more enjoyable than this. And by that, I mean it is whatever the exact opposite of enjoyable is. So, oops, wrong side. Is our wrench? Oh, no, we do still have it. All good. Okay, pop those purples in there like that. There we go. And then those on the side. Now notice these are wrought iron, not normal iron. You do need wrought iron plates. Okay, so that is all done. And now we need the circuits, which is that one right there. There are different types of, or there are different tiers of circuits, should I say. So when you have an LV circuit, there is multiple different levels of LV. So if we do basic circuit, you'll see you've got these two as well. So you've got this one, you've got this one, and you've got this one. And so essentially how it works is as you increase the voltage and that which you operate at, and you get stronger machines, you can produce circuits in greater bulk than you would be able to otherwise. And this mainly comes in with the clean room. The clean room is essentially a multi-block that you make at high voltage, which is a huge pain in the ass, but it's also the only way you can make any circuits above HV. Any circuit above HV needs to be made in the clean room. And we'll obviously get more into that when we get to the clean room, which is obviously going to be quite a while from now. However, it is super important. And it is definitely useful as well too, because for example, if you look here, each one of these crafts is making 2 circuits, whereas we are going to be spending all of this crap and we're barely going to be making 1. So if we look here, what else do we need here? Pretty much everything. So you know what, I'm just going to quickly cut here and get these resources ready, because it takes so long that it's not even worth putting in a YouTube video. Okay, that's one circuit right there, and then here comes the second one. Drop those in there. There is our 2 resistors, and boom! There's our second LV circuit. So now we can make the bending machine. So if you don't know, the bending machine, what that will do is that will essentially make all of our plates cheaper. and it will also make our foil, this foil here, cheaper as well. So instead of getting instead of getting 2 plates per 3 ingots, we now get 1 plate per ingot. And instead of getting 2 foil per plate, we'll now get 4 per plate. So let's just drop that right in there, and bada bing bada boom, there he is, the bad boy himself, the basic bending machine. And by bad boy, I mean pretty well behaved. He is only LV after all. So now we can just connect this up here, and boom boom boom, there we go, bending machine is connected. So with that, I think I am going to finish this episode up here, guys. I really hope you have enjoyed. If you did, be sure to obviously hit that follow button. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. If you did like the new style of editing that I've done in this video, obviously I know I have still included cuts in that as well. But if you've really enjoyed the time lapses, some of the other editing with the music and that as well, please do let me know. I would very much appreciate your feedback, as I do plan on doing that more of these episodes that I make. But until then, I will see you guys next time, where I think we might be covering probably a pretty big behemoth some point next episode. I don't know, we might not make it up to it, but I have a feeling that we will. So anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.